Let's try this again. Why am I endlessly embarrassed by my hair? But I really like what's happening. It's just a little vulnerable, I guess. Okay, so it's dark because I'm in the basement, so let's get near some more light. Okay. This is difficult. Okay. This might just be for me. Pinky. Pinky finger. Fuck me. Okay. I mean, fuck in the best way. Okay. So, we just watched A Star is Born. I was reluctant to watch this movie because I was just praying, even well before I saw it, that it wouldn't end like Country Strong. Because I'm about done with that. It did for me end that way. What is up? Like, my hair. Okay, I have to pull this together. It's weird how like such superficial things can so easily be integrated into such powerful, complex things. I think that's quite right, though. I want to say something. I want to say Bradley Cooper. What? Bradley Cooper? And like Lady Gaga, it's hard to be an icon. And then it's really, really hard to be natural within being an icon. So, enormous respect to both of you and everyone in that movie. Okay, I'm holding this myself, so it's like an earthquake. Like, what's with hair? I'm having a hard time. So the reason that I'm doing this at all is because I have to say something before I go to bed. Because of suicide. Fuck, I don't want to do this, really. I only don't want to do it in the sense that I'm tired, and I keep thinking I'll get to land someday, like soon, any minute now, out of this place. But it's not happened just yet. It's working on it, and there's enormous gorgeousness in that. I don't want to ever be mistaken for not appreciating that. It's just like, I'm not there yet. So, the truth, right? So, suicide. I have enormous feelings about suicide. I'm sure everybody does. But my feelings about it are kind of fascinating to me anyway. How do I do this? Okay. My mother was 7 years old when her father, Harry, killed himself. And she was staying at that time with her aunt and her uncle. And it was a time where, to do such a thing, to kill yourself, was so shameful that it couldn't be acknowledged. So they weren't allowed to grieve, go to the funeral, anything. My mother was one of 5 children at that point. He was my grandfather, Harry, that I never met, and I have... Why is this so hard? He was an oral surgeon. He was a dentist. Oh my God. But I have his lips. I have his lips. And he was a Russian Jew, and he was born as a twin in the process of immigrating to America. And the twin, why do I want it to be light all of a sudden? It's strange. I don't normally want that. It didn't make it. His twin died. I think that something in him was maybe always very absent, and he was in the war, and I have his lips, his face, really, a lot. But he shot himself one day, and there was a note left, but only Shirley, my mother's mother, read it, and remains a mystery, I think, in really all aspects. To this day, what that note said. They were a very wealthy family in Virginia Beach. They owned shopping centers. He was very popular, I think, or renowned, rather. Oral surgeon. I'm having a hard time. I don't want to do these. Why am I doing these? Where I'm getting emotional. I want to be stoic. The thing is about stoic for me is that stoic, it's you feel and you can still go on. So A Star Is Born. So I was praying the entire time like that it wasn't going to end the way that it was going to end, but it did. I need, for me, obviously everyone else needs whatever they need. But I need for me, and I have to believe there's some connection to what I need for me to, what the collective needs. A serious motherfucking shift in paradigm here, where we can face our shame and realize there's a reason for it, and that God, there's the paradox, right, that we always talk about, or I always talk about, or I feel about. But the real deal with the paradox is to understand that you're going to feel pain and have to grieve things that you do or have said or have done in the past. With the intention of liberating yourself to do what you really want to do, what you're really capable of doing. And that releasing of and feeling the things that you felt kind of restricted you. Oh God, it's so painful for me to talk about this, but I love it. Just restricted you to be maybe not the best version of yourself that you could be. You feel that. It's brutal. It does make you want to kill yourself. It takes a lot of strength to feel that feeling and not actually kill yourself. And the other side is really glorious because it's where you realize that the reason you felt anything on all of it in the first place was because you wanted to feel life, and because that's really hard these days. And we all make horrible mistakes in the sense of we betray ourselves and our own feelings. Not horrible in that they make us bad, because they do not make us bad. They're just horrible in that we betray ourselves. Trying to be alive by some kind of standard that's acceptable. I hate acceptable. I really actually fucking hate it. Like, where's the light? Where is it? Like, I don't like acceptable. I really don't like that. Because I think it's, well, it's boring, but it's also totally wrong. And we need to change it, and then I'll like it, and then I'll be like, kind of dark. Let's go dark. How do we get dark again? Dark. Dark. I sound like I have had like 3 glasses of wine, and it doesn't take a lot. I'm so embarrassed of myself. This is why I have to do this. I have to do this. It's so important. But don't think for a second that I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm doing right now. I just also know that I'm embarrassed about what I'm doing right now. Fuck it. I don't care. Suicide. Last thing I have to say. Because of this fucking movie. Bradley Cooper, what is happening? And Krista and Soleil. What is happening? I know what's happening. It's just a lot. It's so much. Pinky finger. Here we go. Last thing I want to say. The soul does not want to die. If it's incarnated at all, how do I like not have a double neck while I do this? Okay, we're like, it's impossible. But like, no, if we've incarnated, we don't want to die. We want life. Suicide and suicidal thoughts, I do not think are strange. I don't think they're abnormal, and I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I think that anytime they occur, there's a reason. It's important. It's critical, and it's valid. Every fucking time. It's not the weird person that feels that way. It's the feeling person that does. Life is very strange right now. So, it's not the soul, though, that wants to die. It's not the aspect of our energy that is incarnated here to live something out that wants to die. It's the context in which we live that wants to die. And that's the ego. And if you hate the ego, it just gets worse. I don't hate my ego. Like, I love my ego. It's been through some shit. It doubts. We doubt ourselves like a lot. It's a thing. It's like a conversation all the time. It's like, no, ego, why do you feel like so invincible in this one moment, but the next moment you feel like so tragic and horrible about yourself and you're like worthless? It's a conversation, you know, and it's totally right for it to be exactly that. But the thing is that it's the ego that meets its end on this planet while we're incarnated into this matter, flesh, yeah. It's the identification with what this matter means, you know, that makes us want to not be here anymore. The soul always wants to live. This doesn't make any sense. I'm just rambling 3 glasses of wine. I love this. I'm so embarrassed. And because I'm so embarrassed, I'm totally going to post this. I'm so embarrassed. I don't care. It's been a very emotional evening on my part. And I really really want to say, I want to say, just last thing, we're going to sum this up, is that, God, I'm so tipsy. I need someone to make out with me. So lonely being tipsy by yourself. I love that I'm going to do this. It's so out of control. It's perfect. All right, here's the deal. We have to get over ourselves in order to totally embrace ourselves. And we think a lot of times, I think, my relationship to suicide is strong because I know the effect that it's had on me, on my family, on my mother. That's obviously trickled down on me. And we think a lot of times that to off ourselves is to relieve other people of our burden upon them. It's bullshit. You hear me? That's crap. And I think about Robin Williams. I think about a different kind of suicide where you're facing something. Did I just say twice? I love tipsy. It's embarrassing and beautiful. But really, I understand that too. You think it's a death sentence, so you're going to take care of it. And that, to each their own there. But as far as this complex of being a burden and being unhealthy for someone, just get healthy. Feel what it feels like to be healthy in support of those who you love, instead of thinking that you're relieving them by taking yourself out of the equation. Because I know firsthand what that ends up being like. It's tragic. And I'm so babbling, but I have to get to this one last thing. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. I cried for 2 hours, and then tipsy. It's a mess. It's gorgeous. How do I do this? Okay. PJ Ranson, thank you for fighting. Thank you for doing that. Because I don't want to be in a world that you're not in. It'd be so horrible. I don't know if I could do it. I would do it anyway. I would do it for my girls. I feel like they only got here because I just thank you so much for fighting for your life. This is so embarrassing, and I'm so tipsy, and I think that's really good, but I'm still super embarrassed, and I keep going on, and I can't stop, and